I'm Gigi and I am the Amazon Interview Whiz, and welcome to another one of my videos on how to have a great interview at Amazon. If you know my stuff, you know the drill. Click on the link in the description and it'll whiz you past the intro. If you don't know my stuff, I worked at Amazon for just short of 5 years, and in that time I led about 350 interviews and trained and qualified as an Amazon Interview Bar Raiser. The Amazon Interview Bar Raisers are about 5% of the population, and their responsibility on top of their day job is to facilitate the interview process. They are the ultimate decision maker when it comes to hiring or not hiring a candidate, so believe me, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to what good looks like at an Amazon interview. Okay, so today's video is going to be relatively short and sweet. So I get this question quite a lot, so as always when I get questions repeatedly I make a video out of it. Thank you all for your gifts. So for my content roadmap, I would have nothing to say if you didn't ask me questions. So, the question is what to do if when you have started to go into your star story or starry, if you have looked at my previous video called the Hidden Amazon Leadership Principle, when you've started to go into your example and you realise a little bit into it that actually you've got a better example that you wish you had started out with. So what to do when that happens? Well, it's relative to how far you've made it through the example, basically. If you're only on the S part and you're really only just explaining the situation, you're good. You haven't wasted a lot of time, either your time or the interviewer's typing. If you just say, oh, actually, sorry, I thought of a better example. Do you mind if I just switch to that? I'm sure they will say yes and think nothing of it. If you've got to T, which is obviously your task, then I would be saying to you, think about it. If it really is a way better example and you're going to knock it out the park, if you use this example, go for it. You wasted a bit of time here, but if it's that good, it's probably worth wasting that time for. Once you've moved to action, don't do it. You are committed at this point. You've spent probably a good few minutes already on this example. Your interviewer has also spent quite a good few minutes typing away furiously on the other end of the line or the video conference. I really wouldn't suggest swapping out at this stage. The only caveat I will say to that is if your brain realises that actually your answer to the question isn't actually going to answer the question. I think that's actually quite remote. I've had a lot of answers to questions that don't answer the question, but those candidates I think weren't listening to the question in the first place, and if that's the case, you're unlikely to realise it halfway through. So, if you're at situation, go for it, no problem. If you're at task, think twice, but if it's a good alternative example, you can go for it. Once you're beyond those two, I strongly recommend you are committed to your example and you do your damnedest to make it a really, really good explanation relating to the question that you've been asked. That's it for today. Super quick. So as always, if you want to have a look in the comments, there's always loads of other questions that people ask me. So if you are doing your broad research on Amazon rather than just looking for an answer to a specific question, go back and read the comments on the videos that I do. There's actually quite a lot more extra that you can learn about the Amazon interview process when you look at my answers to those questions. Or alternatively, just say hi. I love to, I respond quite regularly to people, so I love to hear from you guys, who you are, where you're from, what position you're interviewing for. People are also kind enough to keep me posted on how their interview process is going. I love to hear that from people. So please, if you can, drop something in the comments and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So until next time, thank you very much. Take care.